92 miles, 120 miles per hour.
Hey guys, it's Coach K here again. I was just sent another serve video by a local Seattle area player. He's a 5.0 player. His name's Justin Tran, and he's 37 years old at 5'11". I can't remember if we've officially met or not, but I've seen him around playing league matches and at different clubs in the area. Justin's trying to take his serve to the next level and especially wants to add more MPH to it. There are a couple things that I noticed when I checked it out in slow motion and in fast motion as well. So hopefully this analysis helps him. So in the starting position here, he's starting with his left hand and his racket in front of his left hip. This is totally fine. This is what you want to be doing for the most part. Now, as he brings his hands back, he could get a little bit more weight on that back leg. I wouldn't necessarily say this is mandatory, since there are some big servers who don't get a lot of weight on their back leg as their hands are coming back. I would say Dominic Thiem's a good example of this. He had a huge serve, especially before his wrist injury, and he didn't have that pronounced of a move where he lifted the toes up on his front foot and shifted so much weight on the back leg as his hands were going back. It was a much more subtle shifting of the weight as his hands went back before he started his toss. Now, the most apparent thing I noticed in Justin's serve is the extreme twisting of his front foot. Even though I've talked about front foot repositioning in one of my previous YouTube shorts and how a lot of 120 plus mile per hour servers do this, the issue with his front foot repositioning is that it's happening so late and that the front foot is twisting so much that it's affecting his hip-shoulder separation. So if you do choose to reposition the front foot, you want to A, use it to help prevent your weight from going on the front foot too soon, and B, once it's repositioned, kind of use it like a post so it digs into the ground and helps prevent you from twisting that foot later in the swing. I mean, I should clarify that you don't want the digging to be too extreme because you want to make sure that the weight doesn't go on that foot too soon. And also if it digs into the ground too much, it prevents you from using an adequate load with your back leg as well. One thing we can also see is that the racket kind of gets stuck in front of his body right here. And that can make it tougher to get in the trophy position in time. And also can prevent you from getting an adequate coil in time to make the serve as efficient as possible. But here's where I'd say it mainly affects him. You see how here he's in his max knee load? His max knee load should be much closer to when his trophy position is. That way, when his legs start straightening out, it'll help propel his racket drop. So the timing should be legs load, then when legs extend, the racket's dropping, while the chest is going up as well at this point. So you'll see here, because his trophy position is so delayed relative to when his knees bend, that's why it looks out of sync when he goes up to hit the ball. Another thing that I'd recommend he does is fully extend his left arm after he tosses. As I mentioned in my previous video, extending that left arm after the toss helps the shoulder tilt be more extreme, which will in turn create more racket speed. He also should be using his left arm after he fully extends it to allow it to initiate his right arm when his racket starts to go into the racket drop. Kind of like how you see a baseball pitcher initiate with their left arm to achieve more of a stretch reflex with the shoulder. So if we had to prioritize the most important things, I would say A, not twisting that left foot in that extreme of a manner. And if he does choose to reposition that left foot, have it happening earlier into the swing. Also, instead of letting that racket dangle in front of his body, he can at least let it dangle more towards his right side. And what I mean by that is towards the back fence because he's sideways at this point. And then at least sit in the right plane to be able to achieve that trophy position later. The racket getting this far in front of his body disrupts his swing path to the trophy position. And when he gets in the trophy position, make sure that left arm is extended. His max knee bend should be achieved during the trophy position or potentially even after the trophy position, as you see a lot of top servers do. That way he can powerfully extend his legs and extend his hips as his racket is going into the racket drop. This will allow his kinetic chain to stay in sync, and this will make his jump up towards the ball look much more fluid, and it won't be happening as early as the video shows. All right, Justin, hope these tips help. I'm curious to hear how your serve feels after you try implementing them. Thanks for sending me your video, and thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for watching this video. Happy New Year. Have a good rest of your day.